Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today on this webinar together. Very excited, very excited that we finally have Low-No release, that the FTA funding is now out. I wanted to give everyone a quick reminder of where we are at in June 2025. So we're seeing a really clear pattern of climate change. Canada has already burned 7 million acres, exceeding the 25-year average. Detroit faced the worst air quality in the world due to wildfire smoke, and the Midwest was just hit by 60 tornadoes in one outbreak. So these aren't isolated incidents. These are symptoms of a hotter, drier planet, which is fueling extreme weather and destabilizing systems that we rely on. So just to give you all some purpose today, that is why we're all encouraging everyone to submit an application and why taking action is so important. The need for a zero emission solution is not down the road, it truly is now. So let's jump into this. I want to make sure that you guys are able to write a successful Low-No. I think some of you may have been fortunate to have seen the FTA release their webinar last week. What we saw during that session was that we do have 1.5 billion available this year. Once again, Low-No and bus facilities are released at the same time, which is great because we can submit applications to both. In 2024, the program received 214 eligible projects, requesting a total of 4.7 billion. So we know that programs are out there seeking to get funded. Last year, we had over 1.1 billion funded, and we do encourage applicants to submit the same application twice, once for Low-No, once for bus facilities. We are expecting average awards anywhere from 1.2 million all the way up to 99 million. A great reminder is we had a very successful last year, and Sacramento Transit in California was awarded 76 million for their fuel cell program. Reminder that applications are due by July 14th, so you have a little bit over a month to write these. We will hear about awards no later than September 27th, and you can use the funds until September 30th, 2028. Next slide, please. So we had a lot of success last year that we want to share today. So fuel cell awards nearly had a 300% increase over 2023. So last year we had 298 million awarded over 12 projects, 2/3 at agencies new to hydrogen, which is really exciting. And hydrogen made up 20% of those total award dollars. So you can see from 2023, 100 million, we shot up to 298 million. Our goal this year is to triple that again and to be at 900 million in applications, and we need all of your help to get there. Next slide, please. So there are some new priorities with this federal administration that we wanted to highlight. These will be really important in the end of your application. Number one is Buy America. So really the federal administration does not want to see any waivers for how you meet Buy America. So you need to explain that you will not request a waiver for either Buy America or Build America standards. This administration is very focused on benefits for families and communities, potentially aligned with increasing the birth rate. So anything you can show about your service areas to improve your access to jobs, healthcare, recreation, and commercial activities for families, and also to raise the standard of living is very important to highlight. Of course, strengthening U.S. vehicle manufacturing industry, so showing that you will issue advance payments or progress payments for your vehicle procurement. And then there is a new priority around opportunity zones, so targeting routes that go through opportunity zones. And then the FTA will use some additional selection criteria around geographic diversity and diversity in transit systems. Next slide, please. So for the application basics, here, once again, you're going to be submitting your application twice, both to bus facilities and Low-No. Next slide, please. So for project types, remember here that congressional districts. So remember to ask your government affairs group or your outside government support to help you get top-down support, political. That always helps to get these projects funded. For project title, if you have been awarded fuel cell and a low-no before, FTA does like to fund program expansion. So a title like hydrogen fuel cell bus and hydrogen fuel station expansion is usually favorable. And then an executive summary, what we've heard this year, like Nicholas mentioned when we started, is that this administration really wants, they're focused more on solutions that work. So emphasizing that fuel cell gives you longer ranges, faster refueling, all of those benefits there in your executive summary are very important. Next slide. For demonstration of needs and benefits. So here you can talk about that you need to replace buses that have reached their useful life. I think also with this federal administration, it would be more favorable to be replacing diesel buses if you have those in your fleet to replace. And then also to make sure that this is all consistent with your long-term fleet management plan if you have one, and that your project conforms to the FTA's spare ratio guidelines. You can also talk about carbon emissions and use that carbon emissions tool that we had last year to help you come up with the carbon emissions that you're saving by deploying these buses. Next slide. So for local planning and budget, so here you just need to explain that how is your project consistent with your local and regional long-term planning and local government priorities? If you have a fleet management plan, an ozone advanced action plan, a sustainability plan, or a regional transportation plan, make sure to reference those. Once again, do whatever you can to reference your congressional delegate support and attach as many letters of support as you can, and show how you are doing local match. Is it VW? Is it local sales tax revenue or other sources? Make sure that you have a stable, dedicated source that you can mention. Next slide, please. For workforce development, Nicholas mentioned this as well. This is so important, and it still is a priority in this year's application. Ballard can provide a comprehensive training package to support your application. So you can contact us after the webinar for more information. And here for project scalability, you can scale back your application to 50% or less of buses, or maybe remove redundancy from your fueling station just to give them an opportunity to fund part of your project. Next slide, please. So a little bit more on our Ballard training package. So this essentially includes a training module and a teardown module. One of these could be used as a swing module, and if you have over 10 buses deployed, we do recommend at least one swing module for every 10 buses. It comes with AR, virtual training module, a module holding fixture, special tools, and then tier 1, 2, and 3 training. Joe is going to talk about this later because AC Transit has already deployed this program. Next slide, please. So for implementation strategy and timeline. So here, we're expecting that you will receive an award by September 2025, and that you'll deploy anywhere from 12 to 24 months later. So here we just put in, once awarded, the project team will commence kickoff. They'll go through design, permitting, and later commissioning. Here, it's nice to note who your partners are, how many buses you're deploying, what kind of station you're building. Of course, if you can obligate the funds sooner rather than later, that is always great as well. Next slide, please. For partnership provision. So again, this year, the FDA has allowed a specific partner provision. So here you can mention we're partnering with New Flyer, we're partnering with Ballard Power Systems, who's been making modules for the last 50 years. We're partnering with Air Liquide for molecule supply. We're partnering with KTC as our PM on the project. So include a paragraph on each partner. The stronger the team, the stronger the application. Also, you need to submit to both Low-No and Bus facilities if you want to be able to list partners in the Bus facilities application. Next slide, please. So for opportunity zones and strengthening US manufacturing, so make sure to ask your OEM of choice, New Flyer, for this letter to explain how you're going to be reducing customization and also providing milestone payments. If you're writing a joint spec with other agencies, this is also encouraged to allow advance payments. And you can also explain how you're utilizing the state procurement contracts like the FAST Act. Next slide, please. So you always have to attach a zero emission fleet transition plan. You need these 6 elements to be in your plan. This doesn't have to be overly complicated. The FTA has explained that this can solely be 1 or 2 pages, and that is all you need to show how you are getting to zero emissions. Next slide, please. So this is a sample budget for a 10 fuel cell bus project with a liquid mobile fueler with boil off reduction. So this is a $26 million budget that we worked up, which we'll send you as well. And Sacramento Regional Transit was awarded 76 million. So this is a realistic budget. Similarly, WestCat in Pinole, California secured a $20 million award for a comparable effort that was led by our group at KTC, showing strong momentum across California for zero emission transit systems and a realistic $20 to $76 million request. KTC has written and won 84 million of these awards. So if you need assistance, we are happy to provide that. Next slide. Just some important FTA links. So we'll send this out to you because I know it's tough to click on these now, but everything from the FTA funding opportunities through the application, through the emissions reduction calculator, and the email over at grants.gov in case you have any issues submitting.